verse 42, when this becomes impossible in case of danger or festivity, I will act as it seems best. For it is taught that rules of discipline may be relaxed in times of generosity. So here, when this becomes impossible in the case of danger, means when life in the danger, when there's wild animals like tiger, snake, when such kind of, when we encounter, at that moment, we have to now say, generally there's a thought how to walk, when you walk, very peacefully walk like that. But when the tiger or snakes, if we encounter, we have to run, Like sometimes it's also put a thought, the monks and nuns should not climb up on the trees. But in such case, maybe you have to climb up on the tree, So that's, you see. You are not climbing up enjoyment, but you are climbing up to protect your life, All the festivities, like such great festivals, like the Buddha's birthday, Enlightenment Day, and you need to make a lot of those preparations there. So in such time, then you have to do according to that, things to accomplish. It's not involve your ego or attachment. Rather, you are serving, you are doing things right. So to saying, I should act as it seems best. What is the best for that? See. So you see, as I mentioned, Buddha said, don't do this means it's good for us. But then there are times we have to see, without involving our negative emotions. So what's the best? Sometimes you have to make your own sense, right or wrong, through the study and practice of Dharma. Otherwise, as I mentioned, we feel very rigid. Oh, this is not allowed, you should not do it like this, For example, like say, Buddha told the monks, don't eat dinner, So Buddha told us not eat dinner. Oh, you never eat dinner, Then somebody is very sick, some monks or nuns, very sick, very fragile, And then says, oh, Buddha said, don't eat dinner, And then that person may be starving to death, So in such case, you see, you eat dinner as a medicine. You eat dinner to survive your life, not to build kind of strength of the body. See, you don't eat food with attachment, but to survive, to heal. So like these things, So always watch the mind. This is important. Mind should not be engaged in the negative thoughts. See? So for it is taught that rule of discipline may be relaxed in times of generosity. If you ask which is more important, practice of generosity and the discipline, the moral ethics are more important. Generally, you see, when you look at the jewel ornament of liberation, in there, says practice of generosity is more gross than the discipline. See, discipline is harder. Generosity practice, anybody can do it. So you can give $5, you say, oh, you take it, you drink a cup of tea, like that. So not so much difficult. but practicing discipline is harder. But in some cases, when you are involved, real practice with generosity, with such a great, important occasions. So in that case, if you have to run a little bit fast, rush a little bit here and there, so just be relaxed of your discipline. The moral ethics. You are not breaking that out of disrespect, but you are doing this to accomplish the practice of generosity. So I say, look this. So there's a lot of space, you see. So we have to learn how to free from the rigidities. But always watch your motivation. That's important. Not involve your ego, attachment. See, then to practice this accordingly, whatever you can. Okay.
接下来就是第42颂里面的，大体上讲的就是，如果你遇到那个危险，好像遇到凶恶、猛兽或者灾难，或者遇到强盗，或者在那个喜宴供养三宝的时候，我们不能很硬邦邦的继续好像正知正念，就好像你走错路有老虎追你的时候，你就还是慢慢的一步一步走的话，你可能被老虎吃掉。所以呢，佛陀这边也就有一个开遮就的意思，就是说，在那种情况之下，你不能够正知正念，你就随意而安。也就是说，仁波切所讲的。就好像刚才讲到，遇到猛蛇、老虎这样，你不可以一步步慢慢走。那个时候，你可能都要保持你这个性命，你就要不是走了，那个时候就跑了。然后我们讲说，出家人你不可以爬树的话，在那种情况之下，可能那个出家人都要爬上那个树，最主要是保护这个身体，然后有能够修行。所以刚才讲到那个喜宴，就好像佛陀的成道之日，我们就有那种庆祝，要做那种各种准备的工作呢，像我们就全心全意去做，然后有很可能在那种方面的时候不能真正的能够正知正见，那是允许的。所以就是要用自己的智慧看情况，然后去自行所谓的不放逸于那个正知正见，也要看情况。好像这两种情况，有宴会或者有凶猛的动物追你的话，你可能就要先保，可能也要例外的去做那些应该做的事情先。所以这一点呢，你就可以看到佛法的灵活性。如果佛陀讲的过不是，晚餐不是对，但是如果那个修行人他有病痛，他那个身体已经做到需要进食物的话，是不是也是说过不是晚上他食物都不能吃呢？这样不是饿死，这样不是害到他的病越来越重？所以仁波切讲，在这种情形之下，佛陀是允许的，因为他治疗对他的病的痊愈会比较容易。所以有时候我们是为了生存，为了维护这个慧命来修持佛法。我们有时并不是要贪吃，说那个味道 或者要吃到自己的身体很健美、很健康这样子。所以都是用智慧去来看待这个问题。有时候我们说六度波罗蜜里面的持戒比布施更高一层，但是有时在那个布施还在做的时候，可能那个戒律不能够守到，因为我们是要利那个众生的时候，有时在那种这样的情况之下呢，就以布施为主。所以一切呢，我们不可以太过于自作于那个就像所讲的，刚才说过布施，病人也要过布施，并不是这样子的。
Okay. Then verse number 43. When something has been planned and started on, attention should not drift to other things. With thoughts fixed on the chosen target and that alone should be pursued. So this is some special advice. When we have a project, so whatever that project, we have thought about it and then started. So when that started, then said, should not change that. Because you thought about it, you started it, then finish it, complete it. And then after that, you start the next one. No. Otherwise, before you finish what you have started, you start another one, and then another one. At the end, you cannot finish anything, So, just for example, here now we are starting this Shantideva's text, Bodhisattvacharyāvatāra. So, very nice. I like this book. You start few chapters, then after some time, you close it and pick up another book. You start that. And you read about half of that book. That's very nice. Then you start a third book, So at the end, you have done nothing. You have not achieved anything. So therefore, once you started, complete that, Like say, if you are practicing Ngondo, like the frustration, practice of refuge. So once you started that, do it, complete it. After that completion, then you start Vajrasattva, complete it. After done Vajrasattva, then like mandala, Guru Yoga, so forth, step by step, then you will accomplish that what you have started, and you get something. See, I have done it, I know it, So in the Dharma practice like that. And also other in our life, whatever project you started, try to finish that. You start that project, it's very hard, I cannot do it. Unless it becomes impossible, If it becomes impossible, then of course you have no choice to change. Otherwise, you pursue it, finish it, Then because that you get something, you have done something.
接下来讲到的这第43颂里面，就是说，当我们有一个计划要做一件事情，我们就要开始进行它。一开始做的时候，就要把它做完，不要半途而废。然后做完这个 project 或者这个事情之后呢，然后再做其他的。不然的话，你做到一半还没有做完，又开始另外一个做到一半又开始做另外一个，你就是不能东成西就啊，就是到最后呢，你拿不到任何的好处， 同样的，仁波切讲，当你修持现在我们读这个《入菩萨行论11》这本书的时候，我们一开始去读这个书或者思维里面的道理的时候，我们不要说这个很好啊，看了很爽，读了几章之后呢，就把它放下，又再拿一本书来，又读到一半又放下，又拿另一本书，这样子呢，到最后呢，你是一事无成的，你不能拿到任何好处。所以呢，仁波切告诫说，你一开始做任何东西，你要读这方面的书，这菩萨行，你一定要完成它。另一个例子，仁波切讲的，如果你做那个释迦行 on road practice， 你开始做大礼拜，你要把它做完，然后再做另一个瓦扎萨多、金刚萨多的修持，做完它，然后再做曼达拉、供曼达，这样子呢，你才能够得到有效，得到一些好处。我能够完成这个，你心也觉得很舒服。当然，有些情形，我就讲，你开始要做那个事情的话，然后你发觉到你真的不能够完成的，在那种情况下没有办法完成的，这样没有办法，你认命，你就可以说没有完成之中，你还去做其他的东西。
And verse number 44, behaving in this way, all tasks are well performed and nothing is achieved by doing otherwise. If thus we act, the secondary defilement, lack of introspection will not grow. So like this way, your mind is well trained, also with mindfulness, introspection, doing things right, step by step. Not so much mind is changing here, there. This way, then we'll be successful in our business world, in our Dhamma practice, whatever we do. So with that say, if thus we act, the secondary defilement, then we will not have different defilements, mental afflictions, like say anger, resentment, I have not achieved this is I face these obstacles, like this, so forth. So these negative thoughts will not get chance to rise. So because we have good determination, good plan, and good discipline, because of this, then say lack of introspection will not grow. So then our introspection is in the right place, and negative thoughts will not grow.
颂44呢，就是说，好像以上所讲过后呢，你用于这个我们所讲的修心呢，你的心就能够真正的、很认真的把它修完。就是你在学这个正知正见或者反省你的内心的时候，你很有刺激，一步一步这去学，这样你不会说学到一半就停下来又去学其他的然后你的心又开始转变了，这样你成功的机会比较高。然后当你会这样的方法，好像刚才43颂里面所讲的话，不只是在佛法的修持，在你做其他工作方面，你很有秩序的去做，对你的身心都有益，对你的事业都有帮助。不然的话呢，做到一半又去做另一半，这样只能带来什么呢？你有很多时候呢，你会生气你自己，你会觉得很无奈，觉得很颓丧，变成是一个障碍。 变成有很多负面的那个想法，所以呢，如果你遵照刚才这本书43颂里面所讲的话，这种的负面情绪都不会出现。然后呢，这是因为当你一件事从头做完的时候，你是有一个很坚定的毅力，而且变成可以看得出你很有计划的去做，而且你很有纪律的去做，所以你的心真是安住在一个很好的境界，你的心就会得到安乐清安。
45. And if you find yourself engaged in different kinds of pointless conversation and curious sight, the like of which bound, be rid of all delight and taste for them. So they say, in case it happens, you are involved different conversation, just worldly, doesn't have much meaning, benefit, but because of with your friend, some like to have that kind of conversation, then in those things, and say, and curious sights, like say big gatherings, dance, hearing musics. When these different things, if it happen that you are engaged there, so just watch your mind. Don't attach to these things. Basically, be rid of all delight and taste for them. Just see as very illusory nature. You can see the impermanence of this, just constantly changing, to make other people some kind of excitement, They shout and make big noise, all those things that time. You just watch your mind, watch these things, it's all just like a magic show. So how much we are so attached to these things. But at the end, it will not bring any real benefit. So for your friends' behalf, you participate, but don't attach to those things. So that your friend will not get upset. Oh, he or she is very rigid now, become Buddhist now, doesn't want to follow these things, So you participate, go with them, but watch your mind, just see impermanence of all phenomena, and make sure that just one after another, see more illusory nature. This is like, say, like an echo. When you go to the mountain, rocky mountain, you sing a song, and the echo will sing a song to you. You cry, the echo will cry, It's just an echo. It's just reaction. It means nothing, it is an echo. Or like say musician can display different things, like many animals, or human beings, or some precious things. They manifest, some very amazing things they manifest. Oh, they are so expensive, but it's magic show. You are not attached to that, So like this, everything's like that nature. Just relax. Just keep your mind in that state of mindfulness and introspection.
然后在第45颂讲，的大意仁波切讲就是说，如果发生一种情形，就是你跟一般朋友呢在那边，你需要跟他们谈天讲话，而且讲的东西都不是一些很认真的东西，就是闲谈、呼哈大笑这样子，没有什么意思的。但是你的朋友喜欢这样这样子的闲谈，你只是随顺他的。或者在另一种情形之下，你在一个 party 里面，很多人齐太平、高高兴兴的庆祝他们的生日，或者跳舞，或者唱歌。如果你是在那种这样的环境的话，仁波切讲的话，你还是要关照你的心念，不要在那个环境自己制作下去、沉迷下去在里面。你应该好像旁观者清这样的去看作这种现象呢。你看作呢，就看到这个现象就如幻如梦这样。这一切呢，都是一刹那一刹那在无常的境界，一直在变动之中。你可以就把那个佛法带进来，佛法的无常。这个开做这个 party 里面那个，你觉得很刺激啊，很多那种声音啊，很多音乐啊，你只是关照你的心念呢，看到这个好像是一个在做魔术的一种魔术表演罢了。然后从那边你去更深入去领略佛法然后可以看到的，我们制作于这方面这样子的境界，在 party 里面或者闲谈里面呢，它都是没有什么意义。你可以得到，好像我们佛法所讲到，真的能够离苦得乐。这样你就要问自己，反省自己，这样我们还是要沉迷和制作于这些嘛。当然，表面上你还是跟他们打成一片哦，但是你这样子做的时候，你内心在转变，但是别人看你呢，他不会说，哎呦，因为你是一个佛教徒啊，你变成硬邦邦，这个不可以，那个不可以。所以你恒顺众生之中呢，其实你内心还是在修持佛法，然后你看到的一切这个世间都是如幻如梦，应该以这种心态。仁波切这讲到就是 echo， 我们讲到那个山谷里面的回音了。你在山谷里面唱山歌，或者那么大哭大喊，那个回音回来也是一样，只是你唱出来的，或者你的哭声罢了，它只是一个回音罢了，所以它没有什么意义了。前面所讲的，你去party或者是跟这样讲，也是好像一个山谷的回音，或者呢，仁波切比喻说一个魔术师哦，他把很多东西变成一个动物出来，一只鸟或者一个兔子这样，或者变出一个人来，或者变出很珍贵的那个珠宝出来，全部都是这么珍贵。但是你知道这只是一个魔术罢了。你不会执着于它，哇！我要这个东西，你说这个只是一个魔术，然后呢，你只是心念里面如不动，你能够在那种清安的境界里面呢，你只是保持你的真知真念，这也就是修行。
Verse number 46. And if you find you are grabbing in the soil, or pulling up the grass, or tracing idle patterns on the ground, remembering the precepts of the blissful one, in fear restrain yourself at once. So this is so much related to the environment kind of conservation or the awareness. So if this happens, you are just digging the ground, So it's not a right thing to do. These days, you see in the world, everywhere now, for the development, our land, soil are so much now, say, destroyed, digging for the constructions. Then also pulling up the grass means like cutting tree, these things. Tracing ideal pattern on the ground, drawing thing on the ground. So these are not good for the land, not good for the environment. We have to kind of let grow naturally and take care of them. Buddha was so conscious on this. So Buddha told to his followers, so don't do these things. So blissful one is the Buddha. So since Buddha saw these things as a kind of destruction of the country, world, advise not to engage these things. So because of this, so we just remember what Buddha taught. Be mindful yourself. And instead of engaging all these activities, for economic or for whatever, so just sustain your life and practice meditation, keep the mindfulness, introspections, and make effort to bring peace and happiness in the world, and eventually make every effort to free from samsara.
接下来这个寄送46，仁波切所讲的就是关于到我们的环保，我们周围怎么样保护它的生态，植物的生态。挖土了，在这个世界上，有很多发展商在发展奇物质，砍了很多树。 然后呢，把很多土地、很多树呢都砍掉，很多泥土都挖掉，弄到那个生态呢都被破坏了。一切都源于他们要建设起更多的这些物质高楼大厦。另一方面呢，讲到呢就是我们去砍草、砍树，或者在地上呢。 画画，这些呢，仁波切讲都对于那个土地呢和那个我们生态的那个周围的那个生态呢，都是不好的。所以我们应该呢就不要执着于这些，不要去做这些这样的发展，应该好好的保护我们的生态，我们的周围的环境。这点呢，佛陀是 非常强调的，我们不要使到我们的生态被污染。然后佛陀也讲，我们不应该去做这些东西。最主要呢，还是关照自己的正知正念，不要去参与这些这样子的活动。有时候是为了经济，为了发财，各种这样子的一些世俗的一些东西。 我们主要是好好有一个很好的生活，然后好好的修行，时常关照自己的心念，正知正念，使到自己能够得到真正的快乐和安乐，然后好好的修持呢，到最后能够脱离娑婆世界的苦。
47. And when you feel when you feel the wish to move about or even to express yourself in speech, first examine what is in your mind. For steadfast, one should act correctly. So here again is just watching your mind. You want to go around, or you want to talk, anything you want to do, so first look at your mind. So watch your mind. What's your motivation? Out of attachment, or out of what? Or out of to benefit others? Or this thinking, anything can come in the mind. So because of that, watch the mind. Then after watching the mind, and then if you want to talk, or if you want to go around, go around and make it the best to bring the benefit. When you want to talk, look at what subject you want to talk, and talk peacefully, joyfully, free from the attachment, aversion. Or if you're thinking something, also that if the thought is the right place, maintain that. If it is wrong or related with the defilement, negative thoughts, change that. So all this, your body, speech, mind, whatever is in the action. So first watch carefully and then do things right, so without mistake. So say for steadfast, one should act correctly.
第47颂就是大体上就是说，如果你要走动或者言语、发言、讲话呢，都应该要有正知正念，一定要先关照自己的心念，你的心的动机这种做是要好是要不好，或者会伤到别人，然后以这种取舍心才去自行。所以呢，第一呢就是要察觉你的心先，你才去行动。也就是说，第47要 watch your mind， 你应该要观察你的心，然后你去走动，你去活动，你要看一下你这个活动是这种活动做这种事情呢，是因为你制作于这件事情呢很喜欢，你要去取掉它，或者你做这件事情你是要利益其他众生。所以从那个心念里面呢，还没有做这件事情的话，你就应该要关照那个心念。关照的心念最主要是什么？怎么样能够利益其他众生？我这个动作是不是能够利益众生？讲话也是这样，你是不是讲那个话能够有一个爱语，有一个真诚心？讲出来呢，是没有任何的制作，是希望他好，带有慈悲心去讲，使到听者也觉得宁静，也得到快乐。所以总而言之，所做的一切不离那个埋伏呢，就不离正知正念。如果念起来就知道那个是错的，那种是一种迷惑的行为的话，就不要去做。所以大体上呢，不就讲了，我们的身口意时常呢，我们都要去注意。我们身要做任何东西，我们都要小心翼翼去观察它，不要出任何差错。心念对了之后，再进一步做的时候，就不会出现很多毛病，导致使到自己陷进那种造业和痛苦之因，造出要面对那种痛苦的意思。
Would you like to have a short break? Huh?
3 minutes more.
2 minutes. One more. 3 minutes more. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more time.
We may Okay, that's good. So now verse 48. When the urge arises in your mind to feelings of desire or angry hate, do not act, be silent, do not speak, and like a log of wood, be sure to stay. So again, this all discipline. Say how to discipline yourself. As I mentioned, very skillfully, see, not being rigid. There are some people you see very rigid, they try to follow that way, and then those who don't follow the other ones, they look down. It's not that here. Basically, as I mentioned, all what you're doing is just the bottom line is how to free from the suffering, how to bring peace and happiness. So when the urges rises in your mind to feeling of desire, attached to something, attached to somebody, or angry at somebody, look at that. So we feel, I must say something, I must do something on this. So at that time, just quiet your mind, relax yourselves. So even though we cannot bring so much great other antidotes to get rid of that, but at least do not act, be silent, do not speak, physically don't engage, verbally don't engage. Just look at the example of the piece of wood. If the piece of wood rains a lot, it has no reaction. If the piece of wood has a lot of sunshine, hot, not so much reaction there. So any desire, attachment rises. So look at the piece of the wood. This is how I should take the example. It's so peaceful. When there's such great hot sunshine is there, the piece of wood has no any reaction. It's so peaceful. So like that, I take that example. At first step, look at that. So this is how first you start. Then after that, now sometimes you may think this is suppressing your desire, your attachment, your anger, all these things. First, we start that way. Then after that, as earlier mentioned, to counteract this negative mental state, bring the impermanence of all phenomena, and bring the subject of the suffering of samsara. Then look at this, the cause of suffering. Then after that, see, there you can bring up the loving kindness, compassion, and then also you can bring up Buddha nature. I have Buddha nature. Everyone has a Buddha nature. So because of this, I cannot involve to these negative cause, which are cause of suffering for myself and others. So there are so many ways to practice this, bring the mind in the right place, how to relax, see, how to be harmonious, how to bring harmony in our own life.
谢谢 就是第48颂，第48颂也是我们怎么样能够很有纪律的来去对待很多事情，就是当你的心起了那个贪念或者生气别人的时候呢，不要即刻就有一个反应就要反击就说生气了不要火即刻就三字经或者话都骂出来，或者要去打人。你应该关照你的心，就是关照到好像一个树木这样，一块木头这样，一块木头这样，人家打骂弄到你不高兴，木头也不会说反击去生气的，或者去看到什么东西自作孽48是这样子讲然后这边讲到的就是说，对待很多这种不如意的事情，你都要很善巧，并不是硬邦邦这样就是好像有些人讲，你应该这样做，你不做了你就生气，你就要把它压下去这样，并不是这样子的。最主要是整个大局怎么去缓和它，然后使到一切都很和谐，使到自己也能够得到真正的情感和快乐。所以，如果我们的心是制作于某些人的身体人，或者是有些人弄到你自己生气的话，你可能就要说讲一些东西要骂回去的话，你就关照自己一下，放松一下，然后就说你觉得那种情况，你不可能有一个很好对这个方面，你要即刻就生气，火气就变成给他越想越闹越大这样，也不要即刻口行动就是开始就是用恶口去骂他，行动就用手去拳打过去这样子，你就应该在那种情形下，如姐讲，你应该像好像一块布这样，无动于衷如如不动这样。这块木头呢，如果太阳晒到晒得很热的，头不会好像有人家呱呱叫说太热了，真不自然这样。你应该想，像木头就是这样子，有正能的那种欲念起来了，一定要这个样。你看一下木头，就是这样子。我们应该就像好像在这种这样的情况，好像那个木头这样，关照一下，比喻一下来讲，那个木头变好一点。然后我们在这种情形之下，我们就是说用压掉那个生气这些都是不可能的。用这种比喻，可能你就想，要比喻它这样，可以不好像这个木头这样子的，并不是傻傻的意思，就是好像木头这样，心不会动的。你也可以，我觉得你可以遇到这种情形之下，不去生气，想一下，一切都是无常的，总要去生气它。你不可能生气10年吧，可能是几十分钟的然后就想到三宝世界原来是这样苦的，他也是这样苦才会骂你，或者想苦的因是怎么样，或者呢生气是悲心，
或者呢仁波切讲的，你要想一下，每一个人连这个骂你的人，弄到你不喜欢的人，他本身也有这个佛性，有这个本有的清净心。所以每个人都有的话，我们是否是要这样子去对待他，使到他起烦恼呢？不需要。所以仁波切讲，有很多方面你都可以用这种佛法呢带出来，把你的心呢处于那个正知正见的那个境界中，就是 mindfulness at that right place。然后呢，你自己放松，然后一切你都使它那个调谐起来，不需要你一句骂我骂回你，这样永远没完没了。这样子的话呢，你的生活就会更圆满，你的修持就是真正有修行了。
Now please take a deep breath. Exhale. Now just refresh this morning some teachings that we have discussed. If you got any special point, made difference, reflect on those, keep in the mind, so I will use those in my life and meditate. So I will purify my mind so that my life will be more productive, more happiness, less suffering. And although at the same time we repeat, every sentient being in the world, they desire for peace and happiness. Everyone desires to free from suffering, and this is universal. This is how everyone keeps busy. But here today I got this great opportunity to reflect on the precious teachings of the Buddha. I am so fortunate. This gives me opportunity to see the cause of peace and happiness, to see the cause of suffering, not as a Buddhism or not as a Buddhist, but as a reality nature, as everybody shares this causality, but people don't know, so we appreciate, rejoice, and then always be mindful what our mind's state is and what we are doing. Then we make a short break. Chanjo semjo Rinpoche maje panam jegyuro je jeba nyamba meba kone kondo pewara sho. That's a complete.